Hey Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. There's always an extended reading, and I hope you guys will join me for that. If you want to find it, the link is right below this video in the description box, or I will pin it to the top of the comment section for your convenience. You can also join the Unbound membership to this channel and get unlimited access to all of those extended readings, plus all the other channel perks. And I know that YouTube is running a sale on it now. I think you get like a 20% discount if you sign up this week. So check that out. Like, that's just such a great deal. I also have a second YouTube channel. It's called Astrology Motivation. I will attach the link above. I hope you guys can join me. I do daily tarot card readings over there, general tarot card reading live chats. So cool. And then remember to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Capricorn content comes out every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. The astrology this week is actually toning down and quite peaceful. This horrible kind of challenging to say the least aspect between Saturn opposition. Venus was in opposition to Saturn. It's gone. It's dissipated, and Venus is moving on, and that leaves Saturn to what it's been doing all year, which is squaring the nodes, and still squaring Uranus, which is intense. But it's global. For you guys, intentionally, purposely, specifically, how does that impact your life? It's the challenge and struggle that change brings. That's needing change. We're looking for change. What kind of change? How do I implement the change? What does it mean to me? Do I have to change things about myself? Like, all of those things are on the table, and sometimes it can feel like they're coming at you all at once. But overall, this is a calmer week where I think you'll be able to like sort of regather yourself. So let's get into the cards. Trust the great mystery. This is about diving in. Sometimes it's about diving in over your head. Sometimes it's about jumping into something before you really understood it, but sometimes that's good because it's just a leap of faith. It's also a sense of wanting to completely submerge yourself, immerse yourself in emotion, being very emotional, but being very comfortable with it, and wanting to really just completely immerse yourself in your situation, your circumstance, your environment. Then we have truth transcends illusion, but there is something deceptive here or stifled, a feeling of I can't be myself, I can't be authentic, or this sense of but I don't want things to change too quickly. I don't want them to move too fast. I don't want them to I don't want to rock the boat or disrupt things too much. But I feel like there is, with this truth transcends illusion, there is a sense of almost like I don't want to know. Like, these two cards together feels like you are putting your head underwater with regards to something. Now, that's neither good or bad. It could be strategic. It could be, you think it's for the better. But there is definitely a sense of putting your head underwater to avoid feeling or seeing something. And then we have turn knowledge into wisdom. So something lies deep within you this week, Capricorn. Psychically, you know it. This is Piscean energy with the moon. So there's definitely something very raw, wild, maybe even a little unbridled, which is different for you. So it's almost like in some ways you may be dipping your toes into radical change and turning your mind off to it so you don't think too hard about it, so you don't stop yourself. That's really interesting energy. You see clearly now. This is Aquarius energy too. I think you're starting to see the inner workings of a situation or a person in your life. You're starting to realize what motivates them, even if it's more, even the shady aspects. Turn knowledge into wisdom and you see clearly now. Okay, so there are definite realizations. I won't call them truths, but there are definite realizations right now, Capricorn, that are coming to the surface, that you are really just allowing yourself to recognize or feel a comfort level recognizing. Even if they're bad, even if it's almost like those things that I wanted to keep under wraps, or no, I don't think you're going to be anymore. It's almost like this is the truth of the situation. This is the reality of the situation, and I put my head in the sand for too long, and now I have to reassess the value. If there's one thing that being Saturn opposite Venus for so long was reassessing what I value and how I came to this place in my life based on my own value systems, which is what drove my choices. So it's almost like really getting to the heart of yourself and the truth of the truth that could be kind of hard to deal with. Like, the truth can hurt. But it's almost like now you welcome the hurt. You welcome how it's going to feel. You welcome the discomfort. You welcome the awkwardness. You welcome the mountains of work that you may have ahead of you. You are just tired of dealing in self-deception anymore. So this is really very much an awakening period for you. Okay. So we have the miracles are endless. So some sort of material abundance or prosperity, even if you consider security prosperity, was I think what tempted you into the situation to begin with, right? The actual tangible 3D world economical valuation of what you were jumping into got you really excited, but it also got you in over your head. Because now you're starting to see, okay, all of this is at a high cost to me and to who I am. So there is some realization that's coming to the forefront now that is, what is it? Why is it happening? It is the impetus for change, Capricorn. Yeah, it is legitimately what is going to be inspiring you and pushing you toward making some decisions that maybe you never thought you could make. I think you do have the resources. I don't think like, are you leaving? Are you walking away from a situation? That is certainly up to you. Leave the comments below and let me know if this is something that you have been brewing on, if this has been difficult, challenging energy for you, or if you have been thinking of, I just got to get out of this, like, did I sell my soul type of energy? If you have been thinking of that, or if you have been thinking, okay, so things have shifted. I liked what I thought I could get, and now I realize I have to pay up. Or there is some sort of exchange, which is actually not a bad situation. It's almost like there should always be some sort of exchange. But what am I willing to give and take? What am I willing to sell? Am I for sale? All of those questions. Are you the type of person that's just like, okay, now that I have everything laid out on the table and I see what I'm really getting into, are you the Capricorns that are then going to be reassessing how I even handle the situation? I don't know if some of you are thinking about just leaving. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Okay. So you have some deep insights, maybe into the soul of somebody. You do. And it's almost like you're sort of sitting there thinking, okay, now that I have those insights, how do I use it to my advantage? How do I bring that to somebody's attention or use it to make something clear to somebody based on what I know and maybe what they wanted to hide? And I don't think it's you like blackmailing people or holding things over their head. It's just that now you have some insights into the real character of the situation or of this person. And you're sitting there like, okay, now it's very clear to me what I'm working with. Now I know how to, this is like being able to present something to somebody based on what really makes them tick. It's kind of like the inner workings. Let it shine is speak your mind. So there will be some point this week where you will be given the opportunity to get off your chest all that you are feeling, all that you are concerned about. Also a sense of really being able to demonstrate. I think this is about letting something off your chest. It's time to talk. Because you're seeing something clearly, and I don't think you want to repeat the pattern or become a part of the pattern. Let it shine is also Plutonian energy. It's Pluto energy. It's Scorpionic energy. It's a sense of the Phoenix. Peacock is definitely akin to the Phoenix, where you're rising from these ashes and shining a lot brighter and a lot stronger, and really being able to like come out and speak. I feel like is there something on your chest? Like, you don't have to tell me what it is, but let me know in the comments below. What is on your chest? Like, because it has got to come out. This is a time to like let yourself be heard. Speak your feelings, speak your concerns, speak what's been on your heart and probably you have been repressing. This is definitely the time. There were so many obstacles, Capricorn. There were so many obstacles that you had to face. I mean, like battles you had to fight with that opposition to Venus over the past couple of weeks. And honestly, I don't think that you had time to really get to the nitty-gritty or basically let it all out. But you really do need to let it all out. You really do. Because I think this is, hey, how do you feel about yourself? I feel like that's what's turned knowledge into wisdom. Realizing that you are more valuable than this. And you can't just sit on this or allow a situation, a circumstance, a job, a person to take advantage of you or hurt you. You can be seen. I feel like you think in some ways, remember I was talking about in the beginning of the reading, like there's this exchange and I have to pay them back or something like that. And there is a give and take too, especially relationships, but there's a give and take to all of life. No, you really have to realize that you are valuable, beyond payment or like numerical value. You will not be dumped. You will not be fired. You will not be gotten rid of. I just feel like there was that feeling that you would be if you just spoke your mind and came out about something. But this is too important to not speak on, is what the cards are making very clear. Higher power. Okay. Blessed and yin. So get ready because God's about to give you a beautiful gift. There's a tremendous blessing coming in. And when we see these cards beforehand, like usually that says you need to release something so that something beautiful, absolutely confirm. This blessing wants to come in for you. But you need yin. You have to make that space in order to receive. And maybe something is getting in the way of that right now. So let me ask, because I think this is important. What is this energy? What is this blessing that Capricorn can look forward to? Or there's a conscious awareness, and this is what's the challenge for you. There's a conscious awareness of how blessed you are. But so what? God gives you blessings. He doesn't give you obligations. So it's like, the blessing didn't come at the cost of you being able to be put out on the street if you stick up for yourself. This is your blessing. You may have already received it. This is Capricorn energy. This is this is definitely it. This is the problem. You honestly think that you are stuck in this situation and that you're going to owe a shit ton of money, or that you, I don't know, it's almost like because you leveled up in terms of your status in life, you're allowing yourself to be devalued. Like you're obligated. Like if you feel a strong sense of obligation right now for all that somebody or a situation has given you. And really, you were given it for one reason, because you were worth it. That's why. There's no need, but that's that Saturnian energy that just really overpowers you guys all the time. This sense of, but I have to pay them back, but I owe somebody for this, but it's got to be, I've got to work for it, it's got to hurt. You know what I'm saying? And no, I think you have to learn, we talked about this before, but here is a situation where you're actually, which is very difficult for you, but it's like you're compromising your standards because you think you owe it to somebody because of all that they have given you. And that's not true. Now it's time for you to emerge as somebody who is truly self-loving and compassionate because of how much you care about yourself, and having compassion for yourself as well. So it is definitely time. This moon card is in reverse, which means there's shadiness. There's shady shit with money. I don't know what this person is. Maybe it's somebody that you work for, but there's definitely a foul use of money. Using money for nefarious purposes in order to chain somebody down or tie them up. I don't know if it's you or somebody or a situation you're working in, but it's almost like, oh, listen, I pay you $250,000 a year, so now you're my bitch. And I get to call you at 2 o'clock in the morning to come pick me up because I decided to drink too much. Or, God forbid, I get to smack you across the face when I get angry and say sorry later. Because you know what? I just bought you a brand new car. There are certain things that don't have a price value. There are certain things that do not have a US dollar exchange rate. You know, and those things definitely include love, integrity, compassion, self-control. Like, this is our spirit quest right now, to realize and recognize that if somebody's fallen off with those things, there's no amount of money that can make up for it. There's no amount of value or privileges that can make up for it. And this can be very difficult for you, since the moon has played a significant role. The moon cards really come up twice, this sense of instinct and intuition, or an overwhelming sense of self-deception or delusion that somehow, like all this value makes up for. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold. That's kind of what I'm hearing right now. All that glitters is not gold. And listen, I'm not saying that you guys are in danger. I think that what's going to happen this week, at least that's what it feels like, is you're starting to realize this. And you're starting to realize that you're worth more. And that you can actually speak out. Because maybe if somebody stuck themselves with you, they're stuck with you. And, you know, you're going to let yourself out. And you're going to say what you feel. And they're going to, it's almost like give and take, right? Really balance it out. Like have you been repressing yourself too much for somebody else's comfort and ease? Ask yourself that question, because if that answer is yes, this is the week where it stops and you actually speak up. Answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. It is a good time to pray. It's also a good time to realize that Spirit has your back. Also a sense of, it doesn't make me feel so bad for you guys, because Spirit is on your side and there's abundance all around you. There's some sense of like almost like self-hating bullshit in your head that says, I have to be a doormat to make up for all that. No, you don't. I don't get that. Forgiveness heals. Time to release repressed anger as it's blocking your health and happiness. So have you, and you can leave this in the comments, have you noticed that your health is actually starting to wane? You're not sleeping right, maybe you're gaining weight, maybe you're losing weight, but there's definite shifts in, you know, how you look, how you feel. Anxiety attacks, panic attacks more often. Like what is it? Because that's a physicalization of all of this stress and obligation that's been building up inside of you. That honestly, it's bullshit. You're like, you've gotta fucking stick up for yourself, like plain and simple. And this has a lot of value to you, and this came slowly. This happened slowly because you guys are not the type to just let somebody kick you around. Unfortunately, if they dress it up in obligation, you are, because you are very much that mentality of, if they did this for me, I owe them. But like I said, some things don't have a price on it, and you don't owe anybody your integrity. You don't owe anybody your compassion. If they don't have no integrity and they're not compassionate, and you see very clearly that there's some shit going on with how people are using the money and how they've used it to try to manipulate you. This is definitely, like, be aware of that and fucking confront it and call people out on it, because this is really the time when you're able to emerge as somebody who is back in, take back authority over yourself, right? Answer prayers. Let's go deeper into that. I'm going to go to the extended. I hope that you guys will follow. The links are below. I'll see you there.